Tracie Sullivan for being able to do these programs with the East Hampton Library through a grant from the Ed and Phyllis Davis Center at StonyBrook Southampton Hospital. And without further ado,
Thank you so much, Stephen. So good to see you. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fit and Strong. Hi, Bessie. Hi, Diane, Joanne, Julie, Laura, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Amy. Mel, Melissa, Pamela, Shelley. Hello, everybody. My name is Tracie Sullivan. Good to see you all. Thank you for clicking in today. I am a cancer exercise specialist. I am a functional aging specialist. I'm qualified in programming for youth exercise routines. I have been working through StonyBrook Southampton Hospital. In fact, I'm a private trainer for this medical team at the hospital since 2006. So I've been training clients in New York on the east end of Long Island. And I'm happy to be here with you folks today for Fit and Strong, which Stephen mentioned is hosted by the library. Thank you so much for having us for 6 weeks, as well as StonyBrook Southampton Hospital for supporting the program and offering it to everyone here today. The purpose of this program is to stimulate the health and the flow of the lymphatic system. So if you've clicked in today, you yourself may be at risk for lymphedema or have a loved one, family member, a client that you, or maybe you're just curious as to exercise programming to stimulate the lymphatic system. So you've come to the right place. Thank you for clicking in. Let's have a quick description, okay? Just to put a little insight into what we do here. The exercises we do are on purpose. They're specifically designed to encourage muscular contraction, to press against the lymphatic vessel to help move the fluid through. Now, a little backstory, the body has many systems, a skeletal system, our respiratory system, our digestive system, etc. The lymphatic system supports and works very closely with our immune system and the health of our immune system. Now, the circulatory system has the heart as a pump to push the blood flow and regulate blood flow throughout the body. The lymphatic system does not have that pump. The lymphatic vessel that moves the fluid known as lymph relies on that muscular contraction within the vessel itself, but also against the vessel to help encourage the fluid to move. So if the lymphatic system is damaged from surgery, from injury, that flow can be interrupted and can build up and back up. And so the purpose of this program today is to help encourage that flow, to find perhaps a new path, to help encourage that flow, to stimulate and move through the body. And we do that, of course, because muscular contraction is a form of exercise. So let's discuss a little bit quickly about the lymphatic system. It's comprised of a series of vessels throughout the body. They are connected to lymph nodes. Now, lymph nodes are small glands that are, again, work very closely with the immune system and help with the body's defense against bacteria, infection, cellular waste, cancer cells. And so the lymphatic fluid travels through the lymphatic vessel to the nearest lymph node. It deposits any kind of foreign cells it finds throughout the body, like I said, bacteria, infection, and deposits it into that lymph node. And now that lymph node stores and tries to defend against those cells, and the lymphatic fluid filters through and travels back through the body and continues on its path. Now, if those lymph nodes are discovered to have cancer cells, radiation may be a course of treatments which can damage the tissue. Surgical removal of one or more lymph nodes may be prescribed treatments, also interrupting and damaging the system, interrupting the path of that fluid. So these lymph nodes, they're strategically placed throughout the body in small groupings and larger bundles. And our focus today is to help encourage the stimulation in those larger bundles to help flush that fluid through. And the body's amazing. Those larger bundles are, like I said, strategically placed in the sides of the neck, in the armpit, in the axilla, in the crease of the groin. We have lymph node bundles in the crease of the elbow, of course, scattered throughout the torso, in the trunk of the body. We have also lymph nodes located behind the knee. So we use the muscular contraction and the joints as a pump to help flush that fluid. So this in exercise is a bicep curl. This in a clinical terminology would be a flexion extension in the elbow joints. So it works together. Let's see here today. We have options to stay seated if you'd like. If you do stay seated, please let us know. If you wish, I encourage you to stand. Everything we do today will be low impact. Everything we do today, like I said, will promote the muscular contraction to shorten as we put resistance into the muscle under force, and the muscle lengthens, and that pumping action of the muscle contracting and relaxing is the purpose and the goal of this, of what we'll do today, okay? If you have been prescribed a sleeve or a compression garment, please wear that as we move today through our exercises. If you're compromised in a particular region of the body, I encourage you to participate in all programming. Again, the lymphatic system is kind of on a loop. It travels in a one-way path through the body. So any kind of encouragement in that loop will help stimulate that flow. Let me think what else. Please have the proper shoes on, something with a non-slip sole. I know we're in the comfort of our own homes, and we may want to be comfortable, and slippers would not be appropriate, socks would not be appropriate because we will be moving. All low impact, of course. And also, what's more important about this class itself, Fit and Strong, overall exercise, we all know the benefits of exercise. But one of the most important benefits of this program is the content, the educational content. It might be some information that you are familiar with. It might be something that is new to you. Maybe my language, the way I describe it, may come to you in a different, just a different reasoning, a different perspective. So if you have questions, of course, feel free to shout out. The chat box is open. You can type in. I'm happy to, throughout the session today, stop, and I do often, to check in and be honest with me. Say, Tracie, I don't understand. Tracie, it doesn't feel good. Tracie, help me with my shoulders. Tell me where to go. So I'm happy to help. That's why I'm here. All right. So if we are compromised in our midsection from surgery or damage to our lymphatics in the midsection, the lymphatic fluid travels through the body, as I mentioned, and always comes back through the heart and processes through the trunk of the body. So if you're damaged and compromised in that region, that cooling can happen a little bit more easily for your particular body. Those of us who may not be compromised in our midsection, but now have sat here listening to me for 14 minutes, that fluid can build if we're sitting stable without that movement, that fluid can build. So we always begin this program with a deep belly breath. Okay, we help to stimulate and flush the trunk of the body, flush the torso, and then we stimulate manually the larger bundles of lymph nodes, which are located just under the surface of the skin. So when we do a self-massage technique, I want to remind you not to apply pressure. I want to remind you the pressure and tension should be more of a skin stretch is all you need, okay? And we always encourage the movement towards the trunk of the body. So if we're in the head and neck, we encourage the flow downwards. If we're in the legs, we encourage the flow back upwards. And of course, in the axilla, we encourage towards the trunk of the body. So let's start with a deep belly breath, everyone. If you are comfortable and familiar with that, play right along. If you're new to it and never did it before, I'll talk you through it step by step. The one thing I want to remind you is that typically when we breathe in, we draw the abdomen in, we pull the belly in a deep belly breath. We want to breathe in deeply, but you want to encourage the abdomen to push out. Okay, so it's a slightly different concept than what we typically do throughout the day. So it may take 2 or 3 times to get more comfortable with that movement. And I want to encourage you to take one hand on your belly. I'm going to stand for this. So if you're seated, please come off the back of your chair and sit tall. And if you're standing, I think I might take the iPad here. Let me try this for a minute. Distraction. Okay, so you're standing with me, one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. Now I want to have the hand on the chest just so you can differentiate between the upper respiratory. If you breathe and this hand lifts and lowers, this is where you're breathing in. We're breathing here. We want to breathe more into the lower abdomen, okay? So the bottom hand should feel the movement, not the top hand. So standing tall or sitting tall, chin is up, shoulders are back and down and relaxed. So let's take a deep breath in and push the belly into the bottom hand. Now your hand wants to hug back. So it's a tight connection. And then exhale. Try it again. Remember to keep that top hand steady and stable. That's the way. Let's do a couple more. So as you inhale, the abdominal wall reacts. Your lungs expand and relax. Your diaphragm flattens and inflates. So a lot of movement taking place in the trunk of the body here. Yeah. All right, so we'll start with the head and neck. Okay, so let's split our fingers any way that's comfortable. Place a couple fingers in front of the earlobe and a couple fingers behind the earlobe. And I want you to take this skin and stretch it down the side of your neck. Yeah, just a little massage. It's that skin glide sensation. And now I encourage you to make little circles, somewhat behind the earlobe. Your finger kind of fits right into that concave. Now we do have a lot of lymphatic vessels down the side of our neck that drain the sinus cavity and from the head. So let's give them a little massage, just sweeping down across the collarbones. Maybe on this stroke, you can have 2 or 3 fingertips fit comfortably. Damage to the lymphatic system in the neck, the fluid can travel and get trapped in the face and head. So this is where we want to stimulate that movement down. Good. Take one hand and cup an armpit, just like that, and little circles. And again, it's more on the surface of the skin in a circular pattern. I want you to visualize a capital C more than a circle. That makes any sense? So you come up and over and around. Some of us have had surgery on one side or the other here in the axilla. The axilla, the lymph nodes drain from the tissue in the breast. Get the other side. I encourage one hand at a time. You have a better grip. So kind of the palm just fits right into that armpit region. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to stand for this. So if you're standing with me, just in the crease of the groin right here, we have large bundles that drain from the lower abdomen. So again, circular pattern, more of a C shape, but towards the midsection. So it's more of a swooping up. It also feels good. Yes. All right, so quick question. I'm going to put it out there to everybody. Please have water nearby. Quick question, if anyone wants to remain seated, let me know. I have a chair ready. I will preview some seated options. Everything we do today has an option to do while seated, okay? And if you're not sure of yourself, keep a chair nearby. I just encourage you to not have something slouchy with pillows. We want to encourage good posture. And if your chair has arms on the side, we may have to modify some of our movements with our upper body so we don't bump into that chair. All right, so if you do have your garments prepared to go, if you have a smile on your face, we'll all get together and have a little workout session. So we begin today with the head and neck region. Okay, we will have a cardio component, low impact cardio component. We will hit the upper body, upper extremity, in this case, our arms and hands. A second cardio component, then we hit the lower body, the larger muscles, and we'll finish with a cardio component. The cardio component today, I'm gonna get my hair up for this. The cardio component today will be 8 marches on the spot, okay? 8 marches on the spot, 4 heel taps, okay? And a little crouch technique. Let me preview the crouch technique before we start. So marching on the spot is a basic march on the spot. That can be done seated. 4 heel taps. You just take your foot in front and tap your heel. The crouch technique looks more like this. It's a tip at the waist, little knee bend. And I want to encourage you to push with your heels. We're going to come up to a chest stretch. Okay, and if you're seated, it's the same concept. Feet on the shoulders, shoulder width, tip forward from your waist, and come up using the trunk of the body and the muscles in the back to support your body, okay? So let's do this, everybody. Stand tall. Let's take our face and just turn to the right shoulder. Now take your eyes, and when you feel the stretch, activate, pause. Now the chin is over the shoulder, but we want to be sure not to connect. We want to keep that space so we can breathe. And then look forward to me, so I put the spine back to neutral. Come again. Now let's make it better by pressing the opposite shoulder towards the floor strongly. That's the way. And then look to me. Bend your elbows and roll your shoulders twice. Up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. Okay, let's try it on the left side. So take your face and just turn over the shoulder. Chin is as close as you can get. If you have limited range in your neck, you have tightness, perhaps injury, never force a stretch, okay? Just go to your limit. Look forward, put everything back to neutral so the muscles relax. Come on again. Turning to the left side. Eye gaze goes with you. Opposite shoulder has a little more pressure towards the floor. Good. Look to me. 2 big rolls with the shoulders. Up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. I want to get a little better view, if you don't mind. I'm going to move the iPad just to have a better visual of my full body length. Is that better? Maybe I'll come here. Yeah, I think that's better. That's way better. All right, everybody, let's do this one. Right foot leads, 8 marches, 8 and 7 and 6 and 5. Relax your fingers and chin is up. Now 4 heel taps. Tap to the front and switch, and tap and switch. 2 more to go. Pull the toes up. All right, here's your crouch technique. Kind of like an umpire would stand. And as you come up, push through your heels, open the chest. Good, let's do it again. 8 marches and 7. From the side, it just looks like this, okay? And if you're seated, it's just a march in your chair. All right, 4 heels and 3. The heel taps are light. And 1. Here comes your crouch technique. Feet are on the shoulders. From the side, it looks like this. Bending at the waist. Come on up. Big chest stretch. 2 more rounds, okay? 8 and 7. Stand tall. 6 and 5 and 4. And your feet should be about shoulder width. 4 heels, 4 heels. You want to add a little bop to it, like a dance, that's fine. Dance away. Have some fun, kids. Here we go, bending. Now right here, pull your belly up and hold that belly as you lift. So we have that strong support in the front of the body. One more time. And 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3. You got this. 2, 1, 4 heels. Pull the toe up strongly, get that calf to stretch. Good. All right, 1 crouch and 1 chest stretch. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's hit upper extremity preview, okay? We're going to bring our arms forward, the level of our shoulders. We're going to have a bicep curl, okay? From the profile, your bicep curl keeps the elbows lifted. And just bend the elbow to get close or touch your shoulders. And then we open wide. Okay, we open wide. Let's do it together. If you're seated, come off the back of your chair. If you're standing with me, come forward. Shoulder level. Bend the elbows. Open the elbows. Fingertips to the ceiling. Now open wide. Good. Big breath in. And relax on down. How do we go? Come again. Come forward. This is a front raise. Fingertips to the shoulders. Elbows bend. There's a pump in that elbow. Fingertips to the ceiling. Opening wide. Lift your heart. Inhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. That's good. Let's do two more. So from the side, it looks like this. Arms forward. Bicep curl. Releasing. Opening to stretch the chest. Inhaling, lifting out of the waist. And come on down. That's it. Now you should start to notice a warming sensation in the shoulder muscle. You may start to notice a warming sensation in the upper back. Inhaling, and come on down. Same cardio component, but we lead with the left foot. 8 marches, and 7, and 6. Now land your feet quiet. 4 heels, yes, 4, and 3. That's it, and 2. Nice and light on the feet. Here comes your crouch, everybody. Bend at the waist, belly's up, your chin is up. So push through the heels if you're standing, lift tall. Stretch that chest, 8 marches, and 7, and 6, and 5. You can do marching man arms, or pump your arms if you want. And heel, and heel, and heel, and heel. 2 more, please. Come on down and crouch. So everybody, this crouch, I call it a crouch. It's a bending, lifting technique, right? How do we bend to reach over the sink? That's it, it's functional. We do that every day. That's it. Reach into the clothes machine, the dryer. Right, here we go. Bend your knees, push through the heels, and lift. All right, lower extremity, preview, lymph drainage technique. Everybody, if you're standing tall, shift your weight to 1 foot. If you're seated, please stay steady on two sit bones. 1 toe to the floor. Let's roll the ankle. That's it. I like even numbers. So let's do 4 rolls. Switching sides, your toes on. Imagine you're on a sheet of ice. Your toe is nice and light on the floor. Okay, no jamming the foot. Let's do it 1 more time each side. Just give the ankle some love. But I want you to now imagine my skeletal system, what's happening in my hip socket here. Opening in that hip. Yeah, and switch when you're ready. Good job, okay. So I want to focus on the lower body with the knee bend, okay, to get into the lymph nodes behind the knee. So we have here a pony, and the pony is a shifting of the weights. We have a pony, 1 heel lifts, 1 heel lands. Okay, I'll preview in a moment. I just want to give you a little verbal prep. Then we have, what else do we have here? We have a wide march, but we're going to tap our toes. Okay, so a pony looks like this. Let me take it to the floor and show you better. Pony looks like this from the front. 1 foot up, 1 foot down. Okay, here's the profile. Like a little prancing pony. Okay, oops. What happened here? Are you there? Hello, I lost you for a minute. Okay, 4 ponies. Then we're going to step wide and we're going to tap the toes. From the side, it looks like this. Okay, so those are our movements today. 4 ponies, we switch to a wide stance and we tap the toes. If you're seated, you can do the same. Okay, just sit off the back of the chair, please. And if you're standing, you may want to put your hands on your hips. So pick 1, shoelaces up, switch. So the kneecap drives forward. That's it. Shoelaces press forward. It's a weight shift in the hips. Now go wide, tap, and tap 4 times. Tap and tap. The shoelaces are forward on the tap. How are we doing? Come back in, 4 ponies, right side lead, left side, right side, left side. Now if you're seated, sit tall, good. Step it wide, tap the right, tap the left. So it's a side movement in a wide base. Good. All right, let's switch to left side lead. To shoelaces, pony, pony it out. One heel lands, one heel lifts. Step it wide, tap the left, tap the right, tap the left, tap the right, tap the left, tap the right. Now look what's happening as my body's moving side on. A little bit more muscular contraction in the side body, muscular contraction on the inner thighs. We got the knee bend here. Good, step it, tap left, tap right, tap left, tap right, tap left, tap right. One more, please. Good, last round of cardio, right foot march, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, 4 heels. That's it. Chin is up, breathe, of course, and then we crouch. Just tip at the waist, and rise. Do it again, please. 8, then 7, then 6, then 5. You can pump your arms if you want. 4 heels right here. A light tap. Remember, no impact. No impact allowed. Here comes your crouch. Collarbones forward, bend the knees, stretch. Let's switch to left side lead. March. 8, and 7, and 6, and 5. And breathe, please. And smile, please. And tap your heels, please. Then 3. And notice the breath here. You should be coming breathy as we're near the end of our warm-up. Yeah, prepping the body for what's coming. One more time, left, and left, and left, and left, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Tap your heels, tap, and tap, and tap. We have 4 of these. So give me one more. And one last crouch to finish. Crouch, and rise. Yes. You folks, take a moment. Check in with yourself, see how you're feeling, right? We should start to notice a difference in our breath. We should notice our body may be stimulated. We should notice a warming sensation for maybe in the front of the legs, maybe in the lower back. We changed our stance. We moved in all planes of motion. We targeted the large bundles of lymph nodes, but we prepped the muscles and prepare them for the move to come. And that's exactly what a warm-up does. So if you have a moment here, grab water, please. Take time, check in with yourself. If you have time right now, this is my first check-in with everybody to see how, if there's any questions, how did we do with that? Okay, just checking in. Feel free to speak up or not. So let's do this, everybody. We're going to take the upper extremity lymph drainage technique we did earlier. It's this front raise. It's a bicep curl. It's a chest stretch, right? Every time we do the chest stretch, we're going to add 1 repetition. We're going to add 1 repetition, okay? Every time we do the bicep curl, we're going to add 1 repetition. We're going to go up to 6 repetitions altogether, all right? We want to get the pump in the elbow crease. We're targeting that axilla. Those of us that have had surgical procedures across the chest, mastectomy scarring, this is a great stretch for the front of the chest to open up that any kind of tightness we may have. And then we finish here with a big breath, inhaling and exhaling, because we have that axilla pump in the armpit. But more importantly, breath is key. Yes, breath is key. Okay, so if you are seated, the postures look like this. Sitting upright, forward, bicep curl, chest stretch, big breath in, big breath out. And this is where I want you to watch if you have arms on your chair. Don't try not to bang into the arms of your chair. Land quietly, land gently. Okay, so side profile in a seated posture. See my back? I'm using my own core strength to sit up. The slow twitch muscle fibers in the trunk of my body are keeping my posture upright. We don't want to slouch back. Okay, we want to maintain good posture. And if you are standing with me, we want to have our body weight in our heels. Okay, we want to be shoulder width. It may not be the prettiest way to stand, but it's a nice stable base for us where we take the weight of our arms away from the center of gravity. Okay, I just want to preview that the elbow, as best we can, stay shoulder level as best we can. Try not to drop out too much. All right, we want to get strong. Let's do it together, shall we? All right, I'm going to come on up. I'll give you folks a moment to catch your breath. All right, here we go. Kneecaps are forward, please. Belly button directly on the collarbone. Shoulders are back and down. Hands come forward to the level of your shoulder. Palms turn up. Fingertips touch your shoulder. Bicep curl 1. Open that chest, lift your collarbone. And then right here, big breath in. And a big breath out. Good, come again. Come forward, this is a forward raise. Now touch your shoulders twice. Once, open wide, and twice. Open to the fingertips of the ceiling. Open the elbows, good. Open the elbows twice, everybody. Yes, now big breath in. And a big breath out, land gently. Well done, here's profile. You can stay forward, flip the palms. We want that muscular contraction in the forearm. This is a bicep curl, elbow flexion extension, tricep extension. We got 3 on this round, right here, 3. And open it, close, shoulder width, okay? We don't want to come too tight, we want to open and stretch that chest. So lift your heart right here, lift your heart, breathe in, and breathe out. Now, remember I said earlier about that warming sensation in the shoulder muscle? You may start to notice that. This is rep 4. Open, shut them right here. Bicep curls, extended. You may notice the warming sensation across the upper back, supporting your trunk of your body while the weight of your arms is in front. 4, and close in. And 3, and close in, but don't connect the elbows. They stay shoulder width. Shoulder width. It's just a reset. Good, inhale. And maybe your shoulder has had enough by now. Maybe your upper back has had enough. Take a break. If you're with me, we'll come into repetition 5. 5 extended bicep curls. And 4. Remember, elbow posture should be lifted and level with your shoulders. This is 3. Here comes rep 2. This is where you start to notice the lower back engage. Good, give me 5 pec decks, reverse pec decks. So elbows wide, elbows reset. Elbows wide, palms to me, elbows in, palms face each other. Here's rep 4. That's it. And now stretch the elbows wide here. 5. Inhale, lift out of your waist. Exhale. Land quiet. 6th and last repetition. Here we come. Flip the palm. So that rotation in the forearm, the bicep activates. You have the muscles in the forearm responsible to contract and react and relax. We want to get 6 reps here. 5 and 6. You did it, you did it. Come here. Now 6 reverse flies to the chest. Good, come in gently. Now pull the elbows wide, turn your palms to me. You have the shoulder engaging, you have the upper back engaging. 4. Now we have the chest stretching and relaxing. 5 and 6. Big breath in and big breath out. Take the long way down. Yeah, good job. Shake it out, roll it out. You may notice that warming sensation. You have that warming sensation, grab water if you have it. That's blood flow, okay? The muscle is calling on the heart to send oxygen, send nutrients because it's working. So if you have that warming sensation in those muscle groups that I mentioned, then you did it right. They're telling the body, hey, we're working here, help us. And so the heart pumps a little faster, sends that blood flow and oxygen to support that muscle when it's working for you. Well done. All right. So you may notice a little bit of change in soreness tomorrow. You may have soreness in the upper back and shoulders. And if it's in the muscle soreness, it just means you did it right. Muscles complain when you work them. Okay, so let's target the lower body. Okay, lower extremity lymph drainage technique. We'll do everything standing today or seated. I may move the iPad again, my camera, so you can have a better view. Because my chair is dark, and when I sat earlier, I realized maybe it might be hard to see my body against the back of the chair. So today, we did it earlier as a preview. I want to expand on it. Okay, we'll do the same concept where we add one repetition as we move through. So the duration of the programming becomes longer. The exercise set becomes longer. The longer you go, the more fatigue the muscle may find, and the more time under tension, essentially, is what I'm trying to have happen to our bodies. The time under tension when the muscle works longer, over time gradually gets stronger. And again, we want that longer sensation of muscle contraction and relaxation against, of course, the vessels to move that lymphatic fluid. So if we had injury to our lymphatics, they may be behind the knee. If we have had injury to our lymphatic system in the lower abdomen, in the groin, those lymph nodes, again, the fluid that travels from gravity down to our feet and ankles may have a challenge to get back up to that midsection to filter and reprocess and recirculate. Okay, so we want to encourage a deep knee bend, and we also want to encourage that hip hinge, that bending at the waist, that crouch technique that we did earlier. Okay, so seated, as we know, seated crouch technique off the back of the chair, just tip your body forward. Okay, you just tip your body forward, you pull your belly up to stand. I want to remind everybody, and even myself right now, I'm in this crouch technique to talk to you, but I want to remind everybody, as we come forward, our shoulders do not round out. I don't want to avoid this kind of posture of rounding the upper back. All right, we want to come forward with the collarbones, shoulders back. And you can see the difference. Collarbone, shoulders are back. Okay, it's a better posture in movement. So let's do this one. We have the marching technique like we did earlier. Remember, we did 4 marches. Okay, this one we're going to do 4 marches. Excuse me, earlier we did 8. So we're going to do 4 marches. And I want you to tap your knee, 2 hands as we march. Okay, so if you're seated, you can also do the same. And of course, we don't slam, no impact is allowed in this program. Okay, 4 marches. And then we take the feet wider. Remember, we did the alternating toe tap. Okay, and then on the back end of that, I want to add what is a modified version of a step jack. Okay, so play along, watch me for a moment. We have the marches, but hands together, tap and tap. 4 marches, which can be done seated. All right, 4 marches, we're going wide, toe tap, we did earlier. Then we're gonna come here, right side taps, the foot taps out. Let me preview here. Excuse me, folks, sorry for the spinning of the iPad. So the taps, okay, looks like this in profile, tap and tap. Now what's happening in my groin? Look at that pump in that groin, okay? Then we have the wide toes, okay, side profile, shoelaces forward. Then the right side will come here, and left side will come here. If you need less in the shoulder, your right side looks like this. Your left side looks like this. And if you're seated, it looks like this. 4 taps, 4 wide, yes, center, 4 wide. And your jack, arm posture can come up, or of course you can come low, shoulder level. but you just want to kick your foot forward. This is your jack. Okay, if you stay seated. So again, that pump behind the knee, okay? And again, if you have arms on your chair, if you join me here, please be careful on the landing for that arm. Let's do it, everybody. So, what I forgot to mention, the half jack is where we add one more repetition, okay? I think we got it. Let's do it. Standing tall or sitting tall. Fingertips and palms just lightly tap one knee and switch. 2. So this is a basic marching gait. There's a little bit of a challenge with the hands in front. Go wide, tap one toe and switch. And tap and tap. 3. We have one more. Half jack standing is like this. 1. And left side would be 1. 4 knee taps. 4. And 3. And when you land your foot, we land quiet if you're standing or seated. And here's your last one. Good, go wide, 4 toe taps. And 3, so it's a side movement. And 2. And 1. Now listen up, right side, 2 times. Left side, 2 times. Here comes repetition 3. Tap and tap. That's it. Now look at that knee bend and that knee pump. You should feel warming in the ankles. Good, go wide, 4. And 3. Are you with me, everybody? Smile, it's okay, you're doing it. All right, here comes repetition 3. So you're here or you're here. And left side maybe low, looks like this. Okay, good. Let's switch to the left side lead. 4 knee taps. And 3. And 2, land your foot quietly. And 1, go wide, tap your toe, left side lead, and 3, got it, and 2, stand tall, and 1. All right, here we go, 4 on the left, 4, 3, 2, and 1, switching sides, 4, and 3, okay, moving you slowly with control. All right, 4 knee taps. And 3, that sensation of breathiness should be coming back. Yeah, you're doing it, everybody. Left toe, tap it wide, tap it wide, tap it wide, tap it wide. That's it. All right, give me 5 on the left side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switching. 5, chin is up, stand tall. 2, 1. If you need to sit out the last rep, we absolutely sit it out and breathe. If you're with me, we're here and here. 3 more times. Looks like this on the side. All right, go wide, tap the toe, tap the toe, tap the toe, tap the toe. Yes. All right, we made it to repetition 6. Come on in, 6. Look at that axilla pump in that armpit. Bend the elbow. Imagine the groin. What's happening? Yes. And with the benefit of the arm overhead, the heart is pumping a little bit harder. 5 and 6. Good job, everybody. Good job. That was a big set. Well done. Yeah. Breathiness. Breathiness should be sustainable, like I am winded. Clearly working. It is exercise. I'm watching the time. I'm going to check in if there's any other questions. Speak up. If not, I suggest we grab water, everybody. It's time. We have one more set, specifically with a focus of cardiorespiratory function. Okay, cardiovascular regulates the blood flow, our circulatory system. The cardiorespiratory involves the breathing process while all that's taking place. And the cardiopulmonary incorporates the process of the lungs as part of that function as well. Okay, so this is more of a cardio focus in this segment. So cheers, grab your water. Of course, you can always have water without me suggesting it if you ever need water. Of course, you always know if by repetition 3 that's enough, That's enough for today, all right? You don't have to push through. Excuse me. All right, so I'm gonna grab some water. I wanna do something with that crouch technique, okay? We did it earlier. We have one crouch technique if you're standing or seated. I encourage you now that we're more towards the end of the program. When we come forward, remember, don't round out, okay? Don't lose posture, collarbones forward, and keep the belly lifted so when you stand tall, you're supported as you come up. Also, I want to preview a hamstring curl, all right, which is a very deep knee bend for those who are compromised in the lymphatics in the lower extremities. And it's the best way to get to a deep knee bend is to have the hamstring curl. Let me preview as an example. All right, so a hamstring curl brings the foot behind at the knee bend. All right, doesn't have to be crazy high. It can just be a step back, but it's that hump behind the knee that we want. And honestly, if we were to do that deep knee bend in a squat technique or a crouch, your butt would have to be all the way down here. That's too aggressive and too deep for this program. And quite frankly, not exactly safe. So let's have a hamstring curl. We have a one crouch, all right? We'll step our feet wide and we'll do a hamstring curl component. And the hamstring curl, we add one repetition every time. Now, if you wanted to stay seated for this, instead of a hamstring curl, obviously you can't take your heel back because the chair is blocking. We're going to do that leg extension kicking technique. I'm going to say kicking because I don't want impact. All right, so seated posture looks like this from the front, knees are shoulder width. From the front, you tip forward. One, and you kick your feet. One, we tip forward. One, you kick your feet twice. You stay shoulder width. Profile looks like this. Crouch technique. Sitting tall, leg extension. Okay? Standing posture looks like this. Crouch technique. Stand tall, go wide. Old school butt kickers. Old school butt kickers, if you've ever taken aerobics in the 80s, you know what I mean. Okay? Shall we? We'll go to 4. We'll go to 4, and then we'll have to slow it down. All right, so everybody come with me. One crouch. Come on up, go wide. One hamstring curl. One crouch. Come up, go wide. 2 curls. Good. One crouch. Stand tall. Go wide or sit tall. 3 curls. Now you know why we took our feet wide earlier. Yeah, the prep for this. Here we come. 4 hamstring curls and final set. And 3. If you're seated, kick and kick and kick and kick. Good job, guys. Good job. How's everybody doing? Okay? You guys are a quiet group today. Let's hydrate. Come with me, everybody. Let's do 6 marches. 6 and 5. Nice and easy. 4. We're going to cool it all down. And 2 and 1. Now 6 heel taps. 6 heels. And in this set, we essentially consider it unwinding. Good. 5 marches. 5 and 4. So we're counting backwards. And 2 and 1. 5 heels. Grab water if you have it. All right, 4 marches, everybody. Ready? 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. 4 heels. And breathe. Let's roll our ankles, guys. Let's roll our ankles. We'll just stop right there. Roll your ankles. Check in. Everything should be warm, stimulated. Should always feel better than when we start. 4 rolls here. Let's just roll our shoulders up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. Yeah. Let's roll our wrists overhead. Keep breathing, everybody. So, resetting the body. And we finish with a breath. Our hands to the belly, perhaps one to the chest. Let's inhale, push the belly into the hands. Breathe as long and evenly as you can right now. I do take a lot of time to explain everything that's going to happen. I explain the purpose. I want everyone to understand everything we do has purpose. It does take time away from the exercises, but we remain in the American guidelines, American Heart Association's guidelines, 30 minutes for exercise programming. One more breath together, please. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. We should be near the end of class. Yes. Anybody need more time to breathe? Speak up now. If anybody has any questions, feel free to shout them out. Like I mentioned earlier, you should have an overall sensation of stimulation. That's exactly how we want to feel. Our nerve endings, our lymphatic systems, our breath, our muscular system, everything should be stimulated. And I thank you. I thank you all for clicking in today. This is session 4 out of 6 total. They are being recorded. The library will share with you at a future date, so maybe later today. Again, my name is Tracie Sullivan. Thank you for joining us today. So next Friday will be our 5th session. You can click in. It's the same time, Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern time in New York for us. Everybody here, I want to say thank you, and I want to say goodbye to everybody who's still here. Let's see. Annie G, Bessie, Carrie, Debbie, Diane B, Joanne B, Laura, Lisa Gould, Mel, Melissa, Noor, and Pamela. Thank you everyone for joining today. Fun to see you all, and remember to stay hydrated throughout your day. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Oh, there is one.
Thank you, Tracie.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for zooming in, and we'll see everybody next Friday at 11 o'clock, and at some point, either today or tomorrow, the video of this event will be emailed to everyone. So thank you, and we'll see you again.
Thank you, everybody.